Hey everyone, welcome back to new series of Python. In today's video, we will discuss about the types of Python function arguments. So in previous video, we have already talked about what is a function and how we can just use a function with the parameters as well as a function with the arguments. So in today's video, we can just dive into the function arguments, and there are different function arguments. Like Python supports various types of arguments that can be passed at the time of the function call. So basically, there are four types of function arguments that are the default argument, keyword argument, or the named arguments, and positional argument, as well as the arbitrary arguments. So arbitrary argument is one of the important topic that you just need to consider when you just learn about the function argument. And we will be discussing about the arbitrary arguments through another video. And in today's video, we will discuss about the default argument as well as the keyword argument and positional argument. Now let's move on to the default argument. A default argument is a parameter that assumes a default value if a value is not provided in the function call for the argument. So we already know that a parameter is a variable into which we just stores the value, right? And an argument is a value that passed into a parameter. Now let's define the default argument with an example. So I'm going to define a function called numbers, and here we know that in order to define a function we have to use a keyword called def. So we can use the keyword def. Later on we just need to provide the function name. Here I'm going to provide the name of the function as numbers, and you can pass the parameter. Now I'll be using two parameters over here, x and y, and you can see that x comma y as a parameter where I'm going to assign the value for y over here as 20. And in order to complete this function, we also just need to use a colon over here. Now later on, we can provide the statement. So the statement is nothing but that is a print statement, because in order to get the result in the console, we have to provide the print statement. So here you can see that I'm going to use x, and I just wanna need to get the value of x. So here you can see that I just used a string that is the identifier, and I have passed the parameter. Now let me copy this print statement in order to get the result of y. So you can just copy this and make a copy over here by pasting. And let me change the variable name over here, that is parameter, as y, as we just want to get the result of y also. Now what we have to do is we just need to call our function. So here you can see that the name of the function is numbers, and I'm going to pass a value over here as 10. So as I just pass the argument, this argument will be treated for the parameter x. So as I just run this, here you can see that we have already defined a default value for y as 20, and we have just passed an argument for the parameter x. And here you can see that x has got the value as 10 and y has got the value as 20. Now let me assign the other value, such as 30 be the other value. And here you can see that now the value of y will be just replaced as 30 over here as you just pass a new argument. See, you can see that. Now let me try to add a new value, and let's see what happens over here. Now you can again run this, and here you can see that the numbers has taken from 1 to 2 positional argument, but 3 were given. Here you can see that we have only passed 2 parameters, but we have just passed 3 arguments. So that we just got an error over here. So you just need to keep in mind that the number of parameters must be equal to the number of arguments. If they are not same, you will get the error over here. So this is how we just deal with the default arguments. That is one of the common method or default method that we use in Python. Now let's move on to the keyword argument. So keyword argument is nothing but that allows you to specify the name of the argument along with its value, making the code more readable and maintainable. So let's define this with a simple example. I'm going to create a function with the name as students. So here we know a student will have first name and last name. So let it be the parameters, and I'm going to set the parameter as first name and last name. Okay, so these are the parameters, and we just need to provide the statement over here to get the result in the console. So I'll be using the print statement, and you can pass the parameter, that is first name, comma, last name. Okay, so these are the parameters. Now we just need to call for our function, right? So in order to call for the function, we have to use the function name, that is student. And what we have to do is, keyword argument is nothing but, here we will assign the values into the um, parameter. So here we know that the parameters are first name and last name. So that will be treated as the keyword. So I'm going to give the first name over here. First name is equal to, and I can provide a first name over here. Okay. So my student name is Suraj, and I'm going to provide the name of the student over here. And you can use the other keyword, that is the last name, as a keyword. And I'm going to provide the last name as Kumar. Okay, that is the last name. And now you can just run this file. Okay, and here you can see that now we just got the result because we have assigned the argument. Here you can see it allows you to specify the name of the argument along with its value. Here we have to specify the argument name along with its value. So such a way of giving arguments is known as keyword argument. Okay, and that is one of the other way we can just use the arguments in Python. And we are just going to discuss about the positional arguments. So we used the position arguments during the function call, so that the first argument or the value is assigned to the name, and the second argument or value is assigned to the age. Okay, here we are just going to consider an example, like name age as the function name. So we will consider the positions while we are assigning the arguments. So if you are just misproperly providing the values into the parameters and all, we can see that the position we have provided is wrong. So here we are just going to create a function. Let's say name age as a function name. So I'm going to provide name age as the function name, and I'll be passing two parameters over here as name in order to store the name, and age in order to store the age. Okay, so in order to complete the function definition or defining the function, you have to use the colon over here, and we can provide the print function over here like hi, I am, and we just need to pass the argument, that is the name. Now let me provide the other print statement to get the age, and here we can say that my age is yeah, pass the parameter over here, and we have just passed that, and we just need to call our function right now, right? To call the function, we know we have to use the function name, and you can see that I'm going to pass the values over here. So the name of the student is Suraj, and his age is 27. And here you can see that as we just pass the values over here, it will take the position, and here you can see that the value Suraj will be taken for name, and the value of age 27 will be taken over here. And here, as you just run the file, here you can see that here you just got the result as hi, I am Suraj, and my name is 27. Now let me change the passage of the arguments over here, which means we are just going to change the position of the arguments. Okay, so as I just change the position of the argument, here you can see that the answers will be like this. Hi, I am 27. My age is Suraj. So we have just provided the values in a wrong place, and this is how we just manage with the positional arguments. So positional argument is done during the functional call, so that the first argument will be assigned to the first parameter, and the second argument will be passed into the second parameter. So by changing the position, or if you forget the order of the position, the value that you will be getting will be in a wrong place. So in next video, we will be discussing about the arbitrary argument. So that is one of the important topic that you just need to learn about when you are going through with the function, Python function arguments. And I hope this video clarifies the different types of Python function arguments. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video.